Welcome to Robyn's Roost. I'm Robyn Rasset, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Minnesota. And I'm happy to say that it has gone from super hot summer to fall today. So being it's September 6th and the start of the new mini catalog, I'm a happy camper today. And it's also raining, so I don't have to drag the garden hoses around. So today I'm going to be playing with some stamps from the Meaningful Flowers paper pumpkin kit, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that as I start working, and a white colored pencil. This is from the watercolor pencil set, but any white pencil will do for this technique because it doesn't need to be watercolor. So let's just flip the camera, and I'm going to show you what you can do with some simple things after your paper pumpkin kit is all used up. So you've used up all your paper and you have this beautiful stamp set left, right? And a mark and a ink spot. So let's flip the camera and get started. So before I start on the card, I want to explain a little bit. Paper pumpkins are kits that come in the mail. It's a monthly kit, and everything you need besides maybe a scissors, you might find it useful to have like a take your pick tool, and I like to add my own tape runner because the adhesives in here, they include the adhesives, but they're little dots and sometimes they're kind of hard to use. So this month, which was, well, I should say last month, this is August, they come about the later part of the month, and it was called Meaningful Flowers. And the kit made two different cards. So it was, and I'm probably upside down here, a pretty forget-me-not flower. And I like forget-me-nots, but I really love water lilies. And this is a lotus, which I guess in my mind, they're kind of the same thing. They are a little different, but they look real similar, and they grow in the water. So this was the card that it makes. And then one cool thing on the back, it has a little thing about the flowers on both of them. So it comes with all the stuff to make, gosh, and I don't remember, I think maybe there were 8 cards, 4 of each. But you also get, where have I got my stamp sets? Oh, I had them out. That's right, because I had them mounted. So you get a stamp set with each one. And this one, I say I've got some of them off because I was using them, but this was your typical stamp set. And then for this month, they actually gave us a second stamp set, kind of a little bonus. I don't know if you can see, but it's the water lily, or the lotus, which is what I'm really using because I love water lilies. So I'm going to move that off to the side. Oh, and you also get an ink spot. So it's these kits are a great way to amass a ink library and a stamp library. But now what do you do with it once it's done, right? So now you've done your kit, and you know, sometimes there's extras, but you have this lovely stamp set, right? And actually when I first saw this set, the lotus flowers, these stamps are what really caught my eye, because right away I thought I'm going to try a technique using crumb cake paper or Kraft paper and a white pencil. So now I've pulled in some paper from my stock, and you probably want to have 2 different colors, you know, a Kraft paper and then another color to mat it. You don't have to. You could actually do this directly on your card base, but I like to, you know, like snap it up a little bit with a matte layer. So these are 3 inches by 4 1/4 and 3 1/4 by 4 1/2, and then we have our half a sheet of cardstock scored. So that is oh gosh, my brain is kind of losing it here. It's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. I do it all the time, but I have a hard time remembering it. So we're going to stamp with our Peacock ink pad. pad. And then I have the one of the greetings. So this set actually has 3 greetings in it, and I love to get more greetings. You can never have too many. This one has "Your friendship is unforgettable," which is what we have here that we're using. "You are capable of amazing things," and "You rise above the rest." And of course, lotus flowers rise up out of the water, so it's a perfect fit for the lotus flowers. So of course, if you have, you know, your stash of ink spots, you can switch up your colors here. But I'm using just the ink and the stamps that came in with the kit to show you that you can not have to purchase a lot of extra things. Now, after your ink is dry, and if you do it when it's wet, it will just give you a little bit different look because you'll kind of pull in the ink. We're just going to go around and color in with the pencil the areas that are where the crumb cake shows to make it stand out from the rest of the background. So you can see how that really makes the flower pop when you do the white. And it doesn't take very long. And then we will just mat this on here. And you can pop it up with dimensionals or just go ahead and adhere it flat. And of course, bling is always optional, right? I sometimes like to do my cards without a lot of bling if I'm going to mail them, but bling is good. So I'm just going to do this one all flat. And this, the matte piece that I have here is actually early espresso, which goes really well with the crumb cake. And there's our card. Isn't that beautiful? And that was with our Meaningful Flowers paper pumpkin stamp set, the extra one. Now I want to show you a few other ones that I did with this technique because I kind of went crazy and started making lots and lots of cards. So I tried one using the this is Lemon Lolly ink. I'm not sure how well it shows up on here. It was a little bit light. And then I wanted to show you how I did the background. I don't know if it shows up very well, but I used the lily pad with the Lemon Lolly ink and stamped it on the background. And one thing I did notice, this was very dark when I stamped it. Like I was sure that it was going to be fine to do the words in it, you know, then they'd show up well, but it did get lighter as it dried. And then this was actually my first try at this, and I did it with Kraft white ink. I stamped the flower with the white ink and then colored it in with the colored pencil, And when I did it, the ink was a little wet, so it kind of pulled the ink, but I also seemed to lose my edges of my leaves when I did it all in white. So then I came back in with a Melon Mambo marker and added the edges back onto the petals, and then did yellow in the center for the center of the flower. And I also added some of this wavy trim, which is kind of pretty. That did not come in the kit. Here's one that I did on white, so I didn't do any colored penciling, just simple stamping. And that one really looked nice too if you didn't want to do the colored pencil. And here's one just like the one that I just showed you, except that I did it on a bigger layer. So it just shows you, you know, you can do different sizes. Where's our, okay, here we go. So I mean, it just gives it a little different look when you cut the paper to different sizes. So I hope you have enjoyed this little tip on using a white pencil on some Kraft colored paper or crumb cake, and a way to use your stamps from your paper pumpkin if you get them, or if you would like to get them, you can head on over to my store and you can purchase a prepaid subscription, or I'll also leave the link for just directly subscribing to Paper Pumpkin. Hope you have a great day, and thanks for stopping by at the Roost.